What's the fastest you've seen a crowd go from excited to horrified? I was at a Bo Burnham show he was recording for hit Netflix special, but unfortunately this part didn't make the cut. He was cracking jokes as usual, then asked everyone in the audience to crack their knuckles on the count of 3. It was the most horrifying evil sound any of us had ever heard. Our Bud Dwyer's press conference that turned into a filmed suicide. I was brought to Corrida once and the matador got his leg impaled by the bull while he was trying to get over a fence. The crowd started screaming and booing the bull like it was a foul move. I was like, LMAO, the dude fucking stabbed it. What was it supposed to do, recite poetry? I, along with an entire beach front of about 80 plus people, watched a boat back up and chop a lady up into pieces. It was bad. Woodstock 99. Everyone was super cool and chill, and all of a sudden it felt like the wind shifted. It was palpable, like you could cut the air, it was so heavy. Got a super bad vibe, so we packed up immediately and left. By the time we got to the first gas station, reports of fire and rioting started. An American comedian in the Republic of Ireland saying how happy he was to be in the United Kingdom. Last week at a BLM protest they were letting anyone come up and speak through a megaphone. This man got up and started talking about his newborn son, and how he wanted to make sure we have a better world for him. He then started talking about love and unity, and the guy essentially had the crowd eating out of the palm of his hand. Then he brought up Bill Cosby, and how he was arrested on allegations, and the crowd turned instantly. The entire assembled students from the elementary school where teacher astronaut Krista McAuliffe taught it, who were broadcast live to the world, as they watched the Space Shuttle Challenge explode seconds after takeoff, killing all hands on board, including their teacher. Philadelphia July 4th fireworks show in a public park downtown. I think 2013? We are all in a field on blankets watching fireworks when we see in the distance a wall of people running at us. Someone yells they're shooting guns. And suddenly it's everyone running. Turned out to be a false alarm, I think. Very surreal to be a part of a mob like that. There was a guy performing risky stunt dives in a river for money. He pulled off great stuff and people were clapping and clearly hyped. One of the tricks went really bad and he crashed headfirst into a rock from a decent height and killed himself. I was at a Van Halen concert a few years back and David Lee Roth comes on the mic and says this next one is from our new album. At my friend's wedding, the groom kicked the flower boy. He was no more than 10, so yeah. 7 to 8 years ago during a concert there was an earthquake, not too huge, but enough for some speakers to fall and to scare the shit out of those attending. Sting from the Police and Shaggy were touring a few years ago. Most of the audience was there for Sting. One of the last songs they did was Roxanne. Halfway through they switched to Mr. Boombastic. Never seen a crowd turn on an act faster. I watched the singer of a band call out somebody for sitting down during the show and tried forcing them to stand up. It was the disabled section. When a horse goes down hard at the races, although it splits the crowd, the compassionate ones go to horrified. The incompassionate ones with money on another horse don't give a fuck. A girl OD at a festival in the middle of a headliner show. The crowd around immediately stopped dancing and turned all their phones' flashlights on and cleared a path for the medics. It was scary. When the Maple Leafs blew a 4-1 lead in the final 10 minutes of Game 7 in 2013. After the tying goal, the camera switched to the crowd of Toronto fans outside their arena where they had been rage-face partying all night, and it was just sheer silence. I saw a kid get hit by a car and flung into a tree leaving the zoo when I was in kindergarten. 1 minute, everything was fine. A few moments later everyone was running around screaming. Exhumed concert. People were going nuts during their set until one of the band members started puking on stage. Apparently he can do it on demand. When Bilbo Baggins disappeared at the end of the speech he gave at his 111th birthday party. When a baseball player hit a home run and the ball hit a kid right in the face. I ran into a good friend at a bar after not seeing him in ages. We were still hugging and laughing at seeing each other when we realized everyone was running because there was an active shooter. My friends and I were fine, but 9 lives were lost. I live in a town on the Mississippi River, and for years the 4th of July fireworks were shot from a barge on the water. Who doesn't get excited for fireworks? A little over 20 years ago something went wrong and the fireworks exploded on the barge instead of in the air. People died. A few thousand of us on the river bank saw it. Barney concert when I was a kid. All was fine and dandy until Baby Bop fell off the stage and broke her arm. Diablo Immortal announcement. Everyone wanted Diablo 4 reveal. They got a Diablo mobile reveal. It wasn't pretty. To the point where the crowd asked, is this an early April Fool's joke? It wasn't.